All right, guys, welcome back to the Emerge Elite podcast with me, Emily. I feel like I'm one of these really bad radio hosts. So first of all, we'll start off with this is Emerge Elite podcast. It is run by me, who's the founder, CEO, whatever name you want to give me, of that company. This podcast was made essentially to help you with a variety of things, not mainly based around fitness, more based around business and motivation and all that good stuff, all those things that you need. It's a realistic point of view of how to go about things from personal endeavors that I've gone on. So yeah, today we are going to talk about affiliates, ambassadors, athletes, people who are associated with your company. So if you do have a company in general and you want to, outreach, this will probably come in handy for people who want to be sponsored and so forth. You may get some harsh truths, but the best thing is you're better to learn it now than continuously make mistakes with people that you really won't work with. So as a business owner myself, as a business owner of not just Emerge Elite, I have had other businesses that I've been involved with that do use affiliates, ambassadors and athletes. My most frustrating thing is that we have a lot of people that come to us and say, well, if you give me a free t-shirt, I will do this for you. And that is, number one, not the right way to go about this. Because in society these days, you can't just ask. You can't just walk up to someone. It's like I don't walk into a supermarket and go, can I just have that pint of milk? I'll make a great cup of tea with it. Like you can't do that. Because essentially, at the end of the day, I know businesses need help. And I know you can come off with a massive spiel. I've heard them all before of, I have 10,000 followers. I have good engagement. I have this, that, and the other. I would really help you out. The difference is, if you have approached me, you're interested in me instead of the other way around. If I had gone and found you on the internet and then I started saying this massive spiel like, yeah, well, just buy all of my stock and sell it and then I'll give you some money, it doesn't work that way. So if you've approached me, try not to be straight out of the gate. Don't be straight out of the gate of what, essentially don't just be like, hi, I've known you for exactly 3.2 seconds. Can you sponsor me? Build a relationship. It can literally take a couple of weeks. If you continuously talk to the business or the owner or whatever for a couple of weeks, maybe a month or something like that, genuinely get to know what you're going to get invested in. Mainly with my people, with the people that I have, is that they buy. So I only have affiliates and athletes. My athletes are essentially the people who I found, I love. They are my main people that I go to whenever I need content or, essentially content, really. And my affiliates are different. Affiliates are people who are quite general, and that's not to be offensive or anything, but they are just regular people who have either approached me and we've come to an understanding, or if they want to invest into themselves, because essentially with my affiliates is that they pay for the first product themselves. And considering at the minute we've got t-shirts going for 12 quid, it's not a big investment. Once they've done that, they get a 20% off lifetime code for themselves. If they use it for anyone else, they get thrown straight off the team. And then they get their own personal 10% discount code. So essentially what it is for them is that they use the 20% off for themselves, give the 10% to their following. If their following ever makes a purchase, 10% then goes to the affiliate. So basically they're kind of in control of their own income from Emerge Elite. So I've had one person who has done terrible, and he's been with me for a while, maybe like 8 months, and never made a sale. So he's made no money. But then I've had some other guy who has recently joined the team in the last 8 weeks, and he's made 3 sales. And I think overall already in this quarter, he's got himself a good, I mean, it's like £7 or £8, but that's better than nothing over the, you make that into a quarter, then, it's all good. It's all gravy. So what I'm kind of saying with that, because that kind of explains how I do it. My main thing with people who want to get sponsored, so we'll start with people who are physically talking to companies. You need to build a relationship with them. You need to make sure that you're investing yourself into a company that you want to. Because to be honest, I don't know about you, but you can spot people who just get affiliate codes for everything from a fucking mile away. People who have got physique and muscle food, and I think Versaforma are starting doing it now. You don't really have to do anything to get onto it, and they're just kind of like, yeah, cool, you just buy the stuff and you get. It's the same with Emerge Elite. I mean, guaranteed I'm a little bit pickier. Like, I do actually look into them. If they are just sponsored by every Tom, Dick and Harry, or, well, not even sponsored, they are an affiliate for Tom, Dick and Harry, then I'm kind of like, well, I know what you're doing. Like, you're just basically doing anything to look like you're you're big and you're sponsored and stuff, which you're not. So I kind of look into people who maybe have like one supplement company and they want one clothing company, and these people who they actually want to be involved with my brand, because at the end of the day, you as a person have got to be aware that you are talking to someone who has spent probably a lot of time, a lot of effort, and a lot of money trying to make their dream a reality, which is like similar to me. So no, I don't take everyone on because I'm quite precious about it, and I don't want the wrong people on my team. Do you get me? Do you feel me? So that's that. For businesses, the best thing I can tell you is to be picky. Don't just accept everyone, because you'll look at all these companies who have tens of thousands of people. Like, to be honest, Physique is the first one that comes to mind for me, because I got onto their program really easily when I was like really into fitness, and it wasn't difficult. And I love Physique. I actually really like the brand, and I like their clothing and stuff like that. I'm actually currently wearing a pair of their joggers right now. But then when I kind of got it that easy, I didn't then promote it, because it was like, oh, well, that was easy. And now I just get 15% off all the time. Well, win-win for me. So it was kind of that way for me personally. So I think as like from a business point of view, you just need to keep yourself aware, like essentially of who you are letting on your team and when, and also why. Like, are you getting people just because you need more people, or do you actually want to see that person develop and stuff like that? A great piece of advice that I got when I first started was to build a community before you build a business. And some people are like, no, that's stupid, because then you're not going to get any money. Yeah, Emerge Elite for the first, I think it was like 14 months, we hardly made any money. If anything, I lost money. I made mistakes. I had to basically give away my savings in order to go anywhere with it. And it's only, you think 14 months, we're only nearly a year now. July 7th, we're a year, 2 years. So you think about it in that way, like literally over the last 10 months is when we've made any money. Am I saying we've made a shitload of money? No. The only time we have is from January. January has been this year to date has been our most profitable year. So 5 months. So at the sake of 2 years, 19 of those months were actually quite difficult. And that's why, as a business, you've got to be kind of picky who you're letting on your team, because that was the best decision that I made. Even though it didn't give me any monetary income, I now have a very, very stable team around me. And all of the guys get on with each other. They all love each other. We're actually about to do a content creation day in London, where we're all just getting together and hanging out, taking some content, you know, having a chin wag and all this kind of stuff. And it's going to be amazing. And I am so humble to have been able to do that. And I didn't think I'd get it done this quickly. I was like, I had a 5-year plan. I was like, if Emergily doesn't do fuck all, essentially, in 5 years, I'll just let it go. And now I sit here and I'm like, shit, I should have said 2 years and I still wouldn't have let it go. But yeah, so that is like a quick overview of like athletes and ambassadors and business, essentially, on that point. Why that has come about, why I wanted this to be like my first podcast in a way, is it's probably one of the first things that is so closely related to all of the things that I do. Because obviously being a personal brand, having a business, having athletes and affiliates, having all that kind of stuff, I do all of that between not only just Emergily, but other adventures, I'll call them, that I'm doing. So it's important the people that you're surrounding yourself with, especially when it's your business. You've got to be careful, and that's the same going for affiliates. Don't be the douchebag who has every single clothing company under their wing and stuff. Find that company that really resonates with what you want to do. So if that is like with Emergily, we're essentially a community. That's how I brand ourselves. We're a community of a variety of different disciplines. It's all about taking people to the next level. That is why it's our motto. So it is for smaller athletes. I don't have massive social influencers on my page for that reason. It's more to promote the little people, the people that are starting out, and giving them all of this advice, all this value that I can to help them hopefully get where they want to go. So that's why I attract a lot of smaller athletes. I attract quite a lot of younger people, so like below 21, because they've decided that they want to try and be a fitness model or a fitness influencer or a personal trainer, and they just want someone to support them, e.g. moi. Like, that is what I do. So I've had quite a lot of people who are okay with investing themselves into a hoodie, a tracksuit, you know, and stuff like that. So that's kind of where you need to go. Find a business, resonates with you, and then invest into them. Don't expect businesses to invest into you first. They wouldn't make any money if they did. Okay? Right. I am now going to go and get to work because otherwise I'm going to be late. Right. Thank you very much for joining in with another podcast if you made it this far. I'm really enjoying these. I have like a whole notebook of like little ideas and plans and stuff. So I'm super excited to get going. I hope you guys have a fantastic day, and I will speak to you in the next one.